Oh, dear. Okay, looks as if we're live now, guys. And welcome. Let's wait and see if anybody comes on. We'll just jibber jabber in the meanwhile. And yeah, people are starting to come on. That's great. So yes, panic stations. I hate panic stations, but never mind. Okay. Oh, we've got a fair few people on. Please say hello, whoever you are. Come and talk to us. Let us know you're there, and just make yourselves known. So it would be really nice to know that we're talking to somebody. So tonight, hi Ali. I have got tonight. Sorry, why is that ringing? It shouldn't be ringing. Okay. Tonight I've got Bruno Monteiro. Is that how you say it, Bruno Monteiro?
Yes. Amazing. Yeah.
And okay. And Jack Eckhart. I'm sure there's a bit after you or Jack Eckhart, isn't there? Langelund. Oh, that's a good name. Okay. Yeah. And Jack is from Denmark. And Bruno is from Portugal. The reason I brought the guys on tonight is I'm very aware of the fact. Hello, everybody. Hello, Bella and Ali, Christina, Lawrence, Ian, Victoria. Lovely to see you all. Sorry we were a bit late coming in, but I had panic stations going on here because it was all bells and whistles and I didn't know what it was. Anyway, so I wanted to talk to Jack and Bruno about mediumship in their countries, the training that they've had, the difficulties that they've had, and people's perceptions of mediumship in their countries. Now, I know, I was just about to say that in Europe, over the years of my own training, when I've been to the Arthur Findlay College and I've met students from Germany and Holland, etc. And I know, hi Sandra, I know that there was a situation where mediumship had to be done behind closed doors because it was just not accepted. So I'm really glad that you two have come on and joined me tonight, so we can talk about this and let people know, if things are different, if things have improved, and where you've come from and what you've done. So I'll let you talk because I have got no voice, as you can hear. So Jack, what about Denmark? What's it like over in Denmark?
Oh, here in Denmark, regarding the mediumship, it's for my own sake. I've been taking all my training in the UK because the opportunities in Denmark is restricted in a way, not by a law or anything, but just because that everybody in Denmark is running psychic schools, and there's really only things you can get with the mediumship is just a weekend workshop and things like that, and that has been like that for many years.
We're having a little bit of difficulties with your internet there, Jack. It's cutting in and out. So, yeah. But anyway, so you were saying that they're mainly psychics. There's not many mediums. And even though it was not illegal, in some countries it is illegal still to practice mediumship. But you've had to do your training in the UK. And I know you've done a lot of training with Tim, haven't you? Tim Abbott.
Yeah, a lot with Tim. Have had Tim for a tutor and a mentor for many years, but I've been around many other tutors as well, like
okay.
Many teachers.
What brought you? I was going to say, what brought you into mediumship in the first place? Hi, Sharon. What brought you into mediumship in the first place?
Basically, I started out with the healing and the trance, not knowing I was doing trance, but I went to some classes, some summer schools in Denmark, and met Libby Clark there that introduced me to trance. And I realized, oh, I've been doing trance for quite a few years now, according to the healing. And then I found interest in the evidential mediumship. That way around, and then I started to go to UK, to Finley College, been around Eastbourne, Folkestone, many places in the UK to develop my evidential mediumship. So basically, I started in the healing, and with
we're
the healing.
having a real problem. Hearing what you're saying. It's cutting in and out very badly, Jack. So let me try Bruno. Let's have an idea of where you've come from, what it's like in your country, and why you started.
Hello. Thank you, Val, for the invitation, for being here. So in Portugal, it's actually a little bit messy still about the mediumship and how everything works. There's still a little bit of a lot of stigma and mediumship and psychics. And there's a lot of fake people, that fake mediums or fake psychics.
So fake. Yeah, we've got a real internet problem tonight, which is a real nuisance. Anyway, so fake psychics. Listen, we get that, wherever we are and whatever country we're in, we get that.
But the thing is, those what I feel is like you have the honest people that are here and the honest healer or lightworks that want to help, and their mission is to help people. And then you have the fake ones, and what the media does a lot, it's to give attention to the fake ones, and then basically the real ones are bad. But I know that like in 17th century or something like this, the witches were burned okay, but now now that doesn't happen. I feel that since 2010, something like this, he started a TV show called in Portuguese is It Depois da Vida, translated it's Afterlife, that basically was Germain that started the show, like giving life readings to people. And there was a TV host translating, and I feel that it was from that moment that actually the mediumship here started to explode. We have one or two big Portuguese mediums, and now there's a lot of esoteric stores or esoteric centers with therapies like Reiki, Tarot, or even mediumship that actually are starting to occur and to born. So that's good.
Well, that's actually good. Apparently, everybody can hear you guys clearly. It's me that can't hear you. So I just hope everybody can hear me as well. But anyway, I'm sure somebody will tell me. But it's interesting how I think, a lot of countries have had issues, and you talk about witches, and, sometimes it feels like we're going backwards instead of going forwards, which is a real issue, I think. But I think that you mentioned about fake mediums, and I know, great. Okay, thanks, Victoria. I know that, we've tried really hard, all of us, to practice our or learn our skills and then practice those. But we've got, the fake ones. I think what you were saying, Bruno, was the fake ones become the famous ones, and then the ones who are really, really genuine and honest, they just get pushed into the background. And I must admit, even today, I feel really disheartened by that, because it happens. It's happened to myself as well. So, what were the laws against mediumship? Because to me, mediumship is the most natural thing in the world. We all have the ability. We are all born with it. It's been there for centuries and centuries. And I don't know why all of a sudden people went, oh no, we don't want you doing this. So they tried to stop us. So I don't know what you think, both of you.
Because we are working with what people can't see, and people are used to work with material things. I'm grabbing a water bottle, I'm grabbing a red thing, and when you start working with spirit and with mediumship, you are working with the invincible. And basically,
Yeah.
oh no, he's going nuts, he's going nuts, he's going nuts, and basically that's actually what happened.
Yeah, I get that. It's funny, Ian has just said a lot of it with the fake mediums, we'll call them fake mediums, is showmanship. So,
Yeah,
they're in the right place at the right time, and
yes.
somebody
I
likes them,
yeah,
and their name,
I have
they
a
get put on
story.
the television.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
have
Hi,
a
Luda.
story
Yeah,
about I will try to tell fast. Basically, what happened when I had a client, and every session that I have, I always ask, so it is your first time, or are you new, or are you used to go to other mediums, whatever, because every medium works their own way. And basically she starts saying that, okay, so as you can see, I'm a very fast forward lady. Okay, so one time I start feeling sad and very depressed, so I went to a lady like you. Okay, and basically she starts saying that someone uh, put a spell on me. And oh my God, who is it? Who is it? Who is it? Who is it? And then, okay, so we need to find out. Okay, so it's this person. No, this, but no, that one, no, that one, no. But it's someone from your work. Oh my God, who? The cleaning lady. The cleaning lady. And how was it? So apparently, the witch or the fake medium told the client that while she went to the toilet, the cleaning lady went to grab her water bottle and put something inside. And after it,
yeah.
she drank, and then she said, "So Bruno, in the moment I found out, I went to the agency, I fired the cleaning lady, and until now, I stopped drinking water." And I was, how's your,
But
how
but
was,
isn't it
how's your
interesting that
kidneys?
the 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 power of words and the perception of people can affect you in such a huge way. If somebody said, or if I said to somebody, I'm going to put a spell on you, they believe you. So it's that mentality. But I don't think there are such things. I
No,
don't think we can do those sorts of things.
that's
And
the
if,
ego.
as
That's the ego part.
yeah. But if we're good practicing mediums, then we should have the ability to put that bubble of protection around us that doesn't allow any of that to happen. So we're doing work for the good of love, and be able to help people. So if we can do that and keep working within that framework, then we should be okay. What about you, Jack? Have you got any strange stories like that?
Oh, plenty, I think. But I think the main problem, as I see it here in Denmark, is uh, people don't really separate the psyche and the mediumship. And I think what often happens is a lot of people, of the recipients, what they really want is a quick fix. They want somebody to tell them what to do, how to live their life. And sadly,
Yes.
the so-called mediums uh, uh, that is willing to offer that, and that means that they goes on the psych a lot, pretend it's from spirit, but it's really just on a psychic level, on a psychic reading that they're giving, and
Yeah.
don't understand the act of mediumship, uh, um,
Yes.
and don't understand that, having that understanding that through the psychic connection with the recipient, you can see all the memories of their loved ones. You can talk
Yeah.
about all the memories of their loved ones. Just doesn't mean that they have their loved one there.
Yeah.
That doesn't
It's
not meaning
interesting.
they're not
I
meaning that
was
they're doing mediumship, but they're doing psychic. But because as a recipient, people feel, wow, they brought this evidence because they brought forward
yeah.
things I can remember. I trust whatever they put in of spells and all different kind of things.
Yeah.
Uh,
I was doing a show last night, and it was interesting because I asked the people in the audience, do you know the difference between hello Victoria and hello Grace, do you know the difference between mediumship and psychic? And it's trying to educate people in understanding the difference between those. And I put it very, very plainly, and I say psychic is using the energy around a person, so that's at ground level, whereas when you're connecting to spirit and talking to them, you're listening to them, so your vibration is in a higher on a higher level, and they're talking to you and you can hear it in your ears, whereas the psychic, you're feeling it around the person. And when you actually explain that to people, they're quite, you know, they're quite impressed. Sorry, I've got voice activated fairy lights on behind me, and every time I speak they're flashing. It's quite funny. But yeah, it is interesting. And I teach the students that yes, you can work psychically and you can use mediumistic ways of working, but you've got to be able to tell your recipient, I'm now connecting in psychically, I'm now connecting in mediumistically. And I think it's very important for yourself, but also for your recipient, that they understand where you're coming from. What do you reckon, Bruno?
No, I totally understand. I totally feel what you're saying. I feel even like I feel that we as I like to say like we are love workers or light workers, and
Yeah,
basically there's a lot that's a specific lexicon that we need to have that those fake doesn't have, because basically what when we are having a session with someone, basically we are facing a broken person. Basically the person in front of
yeah,
us are he's showing, oh, so all of my pain is here. So it's basically, or we actually start to heal and help heal the wound,
yes,
or we are like the fake ones that basically they open more and do worse. Okay. um
yeah,
like I have a friend that now she started reading tarot cards, and she had a friend that basically goes on lives to do like tarot card readings, and she
mm,
decided to ask, just for fun, am I pregnant? And she decided to say, the cards say yes, but I feel that you are not. I feel that you are sick, that you have something about cancerous, and basically that all your family will actually be really sad, and your boyfriend this, your boyfriend that. So basically, a channel was very incorrect, and instead of helping
yeah,
and giving the correct message, start putting fear and anxiety towards someone, and
that's right.
basically, and that's what actually because there's the yin in yang. Okay, so there's the light and the dark. Okay, so
Mm,
basically every day we have light people going to the dark, and every day we have dark people from the dark going to the light. Okay, so all this had need to be balanced. And what happened is us, we need to actually be there and be able to work and to help everyone. Okay,
yeah,
and basically with that we need to face these um, special people that basically don't tell the truth, and basically then when we speak we are not
I,
heard.
I think it's a shame that with most jobs, most professions, there is accreditation, there is a rules and regulations, and you've got to train further to get further and train further to get further. And with mediumship, there isn't any of that. I mean, we can do the courses at the Arthur Findlay College, for instance, or with other brilliant tutors, but there's no accreditation, and that's what I find really difficult to grasp. And if I think that's something that people should be looking at. Now, a couple of people have asked questions here, and I'm going to struggle to read this. Lawrence has asked for bringing in more definition regarding psychic healing, mediumship, evidential, philosophical, in our services and DEMS to counter the misunderstanding of the word medium. So a medium, actually, I don't know what you guys feel, but a medium for me is a coming between, somebody who comes between. So we're coming between the coming between the recipient and the spirit world, or the recipient and the energies around a person. Evidential mediumship is giving such precise information from the person in the spirit world that you can absolutely not dispute the information that you're getting. And so services and DEMS. So there's a difference between a mediumship demonstration and a church service. So Jack, you've done church services. Tell us what you think about church services.
I'll say I love the church services as well as I love the evidential DEMS. I believe that within the church services, with the philosophy that comes in there, that is what definite the spiritualism, as I know it. Because without the philosophy, we don't have any spiritualism. We only have mediumship, and I believe as the mediumship is through the evidence we bring through through evidential mediumship, that is supporting the philosophy being brought forward within the services. So I believe and I feel for myself when I started to come to UK many years ago and attending the churches and for the first time watching I have a Christian background, so meet a spiritual service, divine service was so different from what I was used to, and especially the big one thing was the the evidential mediumship that was a part of the service, but the big part was actually the philosophy that really got me there. So I believe that's pushing that philosophy more forward. I believe that will support the evidential mediumship as well. So I believe that's. I believe that with that bringing it all together and just let's just make that definition of a medium is the one in the middle between the spirit world and this physical world, and through that mediumship we can provide the healing, we can provide the philosophy, and we can provide the evidence. But we just have to be sure that we do separate our connection with spirit from our connection with the physical people we are meeting.
Yeah, so and Bruno touched on a little bit earlier about the healing. So when people come for a reading, you said they're broken. So they're searching, they're in need, they're desperate, they need hope, upliftment, and sometimes just coming to a spiritualist church. I know myself, when I went into a spiritualist church, I got the everything that I needed. It lifted my spirit. It kept me going, and kept me in this world as well, because I was in a pretty desperate state when I first started going to a spiritualist church. But it was the best thing I ever did. But I feel saddened.
I think we lost Val. But no problem. Val will be here in a bit.
Yes, no problem. But we can have a chat then.
We can chat. Yeah, of course. Hello,
Yes,
Jack.
welcome back.
Hello, Jack. Because Val's coming. Val's coming back.
Sorry.
Val's coming back.
I'm back here. I'm back here. Yeah,
The
yeah.
perks of
You can take
Evan.
over anytime, guys. But I think it saddens me to see the churches the way they are. Years ago, it used to be full of beautiful evidence and the upliftment and great teaching. And what I'm seeing a lot of, and I was talking to Jenny Doherty about this the other day, it's there's such a lot of jealousy and sort of backbiting, and it's not right. And I know many years ago I took my mediumship outside of the churches, and hi Lorraine, took my mediumship outside of the churches because I wanted to be demonstrating my mediumship to people who didn't understand. You go to a church and you're preaching to the converted, whereas if you go outside and do demonstrations, they're people who don't understand. And I know I got it in the neck over that. They gave me such a hard time. So Bruno, do you actually do any mediumship demonstrations?
Yes.
I know you do I know you do live readings.
Yes. You were. Can you hear me? Because I'm here lagging, so I don't know if the sound is okay. So basically, you were talking about a lot of jealousy in the church services, and basically that reminds me of, for example, we have a chef. Imagine a chef that works in the kitchen. Okay, there's not only one chef. There's a lot of chefs, but that chef will actually connect with 20 people. Okay, and the second chef will connect with 20 other people. And then we have, for example, the doctors. Here, in the walking center near my place, there's a bunch of doctors. Some patients actually connects with a doctor, and some with others. And then we have the spiritual realm, the spiritual workers. There's a lot of people that actually think that basically, oh, Bruno, it is Bruno, or it is Jack, or it is Val. No, there's a lot of Brunos, a lot of Jacks, a lot of Vals, basically, but there's the people that actually connects with us. And basically, in the moment that you start understanding that you need to actually feel and follow what you feel connected with, the jealousy stops. But that's the worst part. It's basically people go on church and church service and basically what's tonight's medium. I don't like it. No, I don't like it. What basically the person that doesn't like, it's the person to have more doubts and more questions, and but it not doesn't feel comfortable to actually go and ask. I'm really envy about the fact that in the UK, for example, and I don't know if in Australia happens, but here in Portugal, I don't feel and I don't know about spiritual churches. And I feel bad about it because I really would like to find a spiritual church and to attend a spiritual church, because here most of the churches is so on the back it's the Jesus. Okay, and he died on the he died because of you, so you need to be aware. Okay, you need to behave, and basically that's not what we spiritual workers we attend, because right, Jack, do you agree with this?
Oh yes.
Yeah. And basically, what's happening? It's like I started to give, and I started to do like I started to do live readings, for example, and now I started to do group readings, for example, on Zoom, for example. And I'm praying for spirit to allow me to do group readings live, to touch people and to hug people and to kiss people, because I like people, and basically I like this because the thing
And I
I
think,
used to say one
yeah, I was
thing
just
in
going to
my
say,
readings. It's like
yeah,
there's a lot of spiritual workers that goes to do this, like, so your grandma is here and is very sad, and your mom's here,
oh,
and no, come, what, no, like, okay, there's already the pain of the people pass, okay, like, come to our session to have a laugh, to have
yeah,
fun, and to feel the love,
yeah,
because that's what they want.
yeah,
Like,
yeah,
I had like spirits that basically appear to say, "Oh, come on, I have more to do. Come on, come on, come on. Hey, hello,
yeah,
hello, come
yeah.
on." And they're not sad,
It's
but
it's funny, Bruno. Every time I work, I say to people, I was doing a mediumship demonstration in front of a lot of people the other day, and I said I have to do everything with fun and laughter. And it was Sunday morning, and I said hello, and they just didn't answer. And I went, oh, for goodness sake! I know it's Sunday morning, and I want to be in bed as well, but we're not in bed, so I want you to stand up, put your hands in the air, and just go, bah. And they all did, change the energies altogether.
yeah,
But yeah, spirit love to come through. They're happy to come through. They're happy to want to connect. They're happy to let their loved ones know that they're still around them. And that is so, so important. You are so right. And there's no need to be doom and gloom and misery, is there?
no. And the thing is, there's people there that actually is like, oh, your grandma passed. I'm sorry. So
Yeah.
you need to buy this candle, because if you don't buy this candle, the soul doesn't follow the lights, and it's your, and but you need to, okay, you need to actually, and I'm like, you need to buy who, a candle, to what, for what? Because I'm sorry, but like, we don't need candles, we don't need, like, when they pass, they go, they follow the light, they do what they have to do, but basically we need
Yeah.
to actually what I feel is like, we don't have to be in denial. Like, if you are in denial, like, no, doesn't, no, you are not following. So the grief part. So
Yeah.
if you're not following the grief
Yeah.
part, the soul is not feeling healed, and it's not feeling loved.
Yeah.
That's what I feel. Okay, and that's
Yeah.
the worst part.
The
You have
the
people that basically candle and no spirit. No.
yeah. The one of the issues that we have sometimes, though, is people's religious beliefs, their religious background, how they've been brought up, and they think it is. I mean, I still have family that it's almost like they get the crucifix when I walk in the room, because I'm doing evil work, and they don't understand that it isn't evil. It's the most wonderful, uplifting, happy experience for the recipient. But I don't know about you as readers, I get so much fun and joy out of doing the work for the other people. So and that's the message I try to get across to people. It is about love, and as I've already said, upliftment and helping all the time, and having that fun, really, really important.
Yeah. Because that's what actually matters. It's the love, the fun parts, the fun bits.
Yeah.
And the thing is, what I'm not saying, and of course you will agree, there's readings, it's heavy. Those heavy readings, like where it's
Yeah.
painful, of course, but those are different. But those are the special ones. Those are okay. But most of them should be with love and joy, because spirit comes here to
Well,
give you validation that, hey, I'm here, and hi, I'm
yeah.
they actually can, they happen actually. There was once a grandma in spirit appear to tell the granddaughter that, I remember when you banged your head on the wall. Okay, and she was, oh damn, she already passed. Well, she's here to make fun of you because she's always next to you. She's always here. And people, there's the
Yeah. Yeah.
misconception of, oh, if spirit is here, their soul is not in peace. Their soul is not in peace. Go to the church
Yeah.
and go
Yeah.
pray.
Yeah.
Because go confess your sins.
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
I did a reading for a lady, and she used to come to me every 6 months when her husband died, and I just stopped seeing her, and I rang her because we'd become good friends, and I said, well, where are you? What's going on? And she said, somebody told me that if I continue to do readings and want to talk to my husband, I'm actually stopping his soul from progressing in the spirit world. Oh
Yes.
my goodness me!
Yes.
I can't believe that
Yes.
people still feel that. But also about if you give somebody a heavy reading, then they're more likely. Okay, so I've already said, when people come to see you for a reading, you don't know what mental state they're in. And they could be, I'm about to jump off a bridge, or I'm going to stay on a bridge. And something that you say can either keep them or push them off. If you give them that heavy reading, which is all misery and doom and gloom, they're going to go away and do something horrible. I don't want the responsibility of that. That's why all my readings have to be about joy and happiness, and they're around you, helping you, come on, get yourself going, and it's all going to be okay. I'm glad to hear that you're like that as well, Bruno. And you sound like you've got a really funny sense of humor as well, which,
I try my best.
is very important.
Yeah, and I can hear it. It sounds like it's even worse in Portugal than in Denmark. So I'm not happy that it was in Portugal, but happy that it's not as bad in Denmark, though. But what I sadly see sometimes, when we are doing that, this connection, this gathering, it should be always with joy and love. It should be a celebration,
Yeah,
shouldn't it? But what
yeah,
I think what often happens, and what I have seen on several occasions where I've been out seeing demos and things, is a lot of mediums as well as psychics falls into that trap of having a recipient that is getting emotional, and then they're starting getting into this what I call emotional porn show, where they're just taken into
yes,
the recipient's emotions, and it's like it's when the
yeah,
recipient start crying, that is a kind of success. To me, it's not. It's
mm,
not because it's got out of balance. It's for me as mediums, it's important to me that if the tears is coming, it should be happy tears. It should be happy tears, and we shouldn't go, oh, there's a
that's,
tear there. I'm going to bring forward more tears. And sadly, we
yeah,
sometimes see that, and that's where I think it becomes very heavy sometimes as well,
yeah,
because we
yeah,
often can leave our recipient in an even worse place, and when they arrive, and we should
yeah.
leave them
I think
uplifted instead.
I think you're right there, Jack. If we get tears, they should be joyous tears, tears of happiness. But when you do see a medium who really plays on that, the grief, and you mentioned that as well,
Yeah.
Bruno, but the grief and the despair, and they really play that card. And I think that's so sad and so wrong, because that is about, is it? It's definitely not what it's about.
No, because people are already in the stage or in the process of grief, and each grief,
Yes,
it's
yes,
different. There's three
yes,
people here. Okay, we are the three of us. We all of us, each and every one of us, who have different ways of doing the grief. Okay, but what I feel is like, in the moment that a client or someone comes to us and to for a reading, they are actually walking towards the direction of the grief to heal. Then, and actually,
yes,
but then is the medium, or the how he works. They actually will basically or help or work or make it worse. So basically, it's like this. What I always try to do is actually try to, or we have the fun readings and everything's okay, and it's actually tears of joy. Or we have those one it's more sad, but actually it's sad but uplifting, like the tears of relief of sadness. I already lost
yes,
account. Or I
yeah,
already lost account of how many people that basically on those serious readings that basically their tears are the survivor's guilt. There's a lot of survivor's guilt. There's a lot of I should, and it was me, it's my fault. No. And basically, it's basically that thought that basically doesn't allow the grief to start. And those are the heavy readings when basically the sitter understands that basically there's nothing more that you could do. There was nothing more. And okay, and that's the relief. It's like the cross, because people are walking with crosses that are not their crosses. Okay, like it's like the heavy stones. You don't need to carry those burdens. You need to carry those stones. Okay. So so that's the heavy tears.
But sometimes when you do a reading for somebody, people have carried the burden of because there's grief within life, and they've carried that burden with them through life, and no end of times a connection from somebody in the spirit world heals that grief. They say, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that, I wished I'd done it differently, and that is pretty magical as well. That's really, really lovely. Kate is on here. So hi, Kate. I know Lawrence has just asked another question. Agreed, there's resentment at times within the churches and centres. IMO, I'm not sure what that is, Lawrence. Focusing solely on messages with very little support and education via education. Now, that's something that I disagree with, because I was very lucky in the church that I trained in. The education we had was phenomenal. It really, really was. And guilt, you're right, Ian. And I was very blessed that I had all of those things. But you don't see that same, some of the churches, yes, but not all of the churches. And education within me, or for mediumship and within spirituality and within spiritualism, is really important. And I know within the churches it used to be affordable. And now people have to go elsewhere to get their training, and it's not quite so affordable. So, there's a lot of that as well. I don't know if you see that as well, guys.
Yeah. There's mediums here in Portugal that it's like, oh, I'm really sorry how you feel. So I'm doing a workshop. It's 1,000. It's 1,000 euros. Join in. And I'm like, what? Like, you are working with spirits, but like when you work with spirits, you should work with charity. You should work with helping others. Okay, I have actually I have clients that actually pay for the session. But if actually spirits tells me to go for it, I'll go for it. Okay, so. And basically, because that's the thing, there should be more charity. There should be more empathy towards the other and not towards the money. And that's the worst part of the mediums.
It's interesting, because I have this discussion with people a lot. Mediumship is my full-time job, my full-time profession, my full-time vocation. And I, like a lot of other mediums, do this full-time, and I have to pay my bills and put food on my table. But there's give and take. And there are so many times where I've had people who can't afford a reading or can't afford the training, but they really need it. So you give in those respects. But when I was just reminded when you were saying then, Bruno, many years ago when I first started doing this work, somebody took me to a bereavement group for people who'd lost a child. And I was absolutely horrified by some of the stories that I was hearing, in that, you pay me £350, and that was 30 years ago. That was a huge amount of money. You pay me another £350 and I'll give you more information from your son in the spirit world. And I had to walk away. I could not be part of that group because of how disgusted I felt in the fact that people did that and they got away with it. And the people are so desperate to make those connections to their loved ones, especially if it's a child. And, you know, they were paying that money because they wanted to keep connected and keep talking to them. And I know you've lost a child, Jack, so I don't know how you feel about that. I mean, I was disgusted.
Yeah, and I think it's when the mediumship comes out of your wallet instead of out of your heart. That's the problem sometimes, isn't it? And again, I think it's back to the balance within it. Now Bruno is talking about the charity and things, and I agree we should do a lot of charities, but that doesn't mean that we can't make money on it as well. Like I'm doing them, so I have them coming up here where I'm paid for doing it then, but I'm doing the services and things as well for free. So I have been having my mediumship for as a living for some years, but and where I mainly have earned my money has been in the teaching, actually not in the readings, but it has been in the teachings. But it's like I'm not charging anybody for my mediumship, but I'm charging for my time. And I think we have to remember that even though we can
that's a good point, Jack.
Gift, whatever, we are using our time, we are spending our time, but that doesn't mean that we can't offer our time for free, like we are doing with this live, for example. You know. And but I think it's a misunderstanding and discussion I have had many times over the years, both in Denmark as well as in UK. About this, because I have this so-called gift, I should offer it for free for everybody. But I also have a gift. I'm good with my hands. I'm a good builder, so I should go and offer my ability to build a house for you for free because I have had that gift. Doesn't make sense to me. So it's, but I can go and help you fixing your house for free if I feel for it at times, but I can't do it all the time because I need to have a bread on the table as well. So
do you know,
many it's just for me. It's just very.
I was going to say. Sorry, I'm losing the sound. Willow just asked, do mediums get accredited? No, they don't. There's training, but there's no accreditation. Christina just asked, where are you guys from? So Jack is from Denmark. I did say at the beginning, and Bruno is from Portugal. And hello, Julie. Many years ago, when I was first at the Arthur Findlay College, one of my lovely teachers there, I said to her, I've got a real issue with charging. And she said, when you get a carpenter, do you pay him? I said, yes, I pay a call out charge and then I have to pay his time. So she said, and what if you get a plumber? And I said the same thing. So she said, well, the same goes for you. You're providing a service and it's a worthwhile, good, beneficial service, and you deserve to have your time. And as you said, it's time that you're giving, not the actual service. So that's a very, very good point, actually, isn't it? Yeah,
it's actually
okay.
very,
now listen,
very interesting.
Sorry.
I see that point. It's actually very interesting. And what Jack said, it's like I have the gift or the ability to do this, and you shouldn't actually be paid for it. But I'm gifted for having hands, so I should work for free. Yeah, that's actually a very nice analogy of this.
Yeah. Now listen, we're coming up to the end of our time, and I'm a bit frustrated because my sound has been not very good, so I've missed a lot of what you said. But what I'd like to do, and I'm sure other people would be very happy as well, is I'd like to invite you both back. And I'm hoping that you wouldn't mind doing that, because it's for me it's interesting to hear somebody else's perspective of things, but from a different country's perspective as well is interesting. And I know that hello Pam and hello Michelle. Oh gosh, there's lots of people joining us now, and we're just coming to the end. And I won't be able to do the music, as I said, because I don't want to offend my neighbours, because I'm in my van. So Lawrence has said another factor is the years spent. That's right, developing our gifts. Do you know what? I've said to my students, if you worked out the number of hours, the amount of money, the amount of knocks that you've had in developing your mediumship, you can't work that out, because you will have spent thousands and thousands of dollars, euros, pounds, and you would have spent thousands of hours doing it. I know I've been doing this over 30 years, and I've dedicated most of my life now to doing this. So you can't put a figure that costs. So again, it's more discussion there. So are you happy to come back and talk to me again, boys?
Of
Definitely.
course. Yeah.
Yes.
Fantastic. And I'll make sure that we'll work out a date, and I'll make sure that wherever I am, I'm in a better a signal. So I'm on tour, and I'm doing shows and workshops all the way up the east coast of Australia at the moment. So at the moment I'm in a caravan park in my lovely camper van, which is really exciting. But I'm realizing that internet signal is going to be one of my issues. So this is something that I'm learning. I'm working things out as I go. But I've really enjoyed talking to you. And what was that? Sorry?
Learning to work with the frustration.
Yeah, frustration. But anyway, look, I'm ironing the things out, and I would love to get you back on, because it's been interesting, and I know people are interested as well. And nice to see so many of you on here tonight, and thank you for joining us. But Jack and Bruno and I will work out another date, and I hope I can get you on fairly soon, if that's all right. I don't know. Are you around next week? I would love to do that next week, if that's possible.
Yes.
Probably,
yes. Yeah. Everything's okay with me, because
is that a thumbs up?
Yes, everything's okay, because now it's almost 10. It's almost 8 p.m. to you, Val. So we are speaking to the future. So that's nice. We are speaking to the future. So yeah. So basically, no worries. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay. And everybody's saying thank you, and it's nice to meet you. And yeah, it's been very interesting, but I know there's still more things to talk about. I've found it fascinating. Love your personalities as well. And I know, the language barrier is there sometimes, but I think people have difficulties understanding me sometimes, because I speak so fast, although I'm not speaking properly at all today. But thank you, and thank you everybody for joining us. Yeah. And I will see you next week, all of you. That's the people watching, and Jack and Bruno as well. And yeah, lots of happy people. So we'll get you back. So thank you everybody, and we'll say good night.
Bye-bye.
Bye.